Hey guys, welcome back to Ask Snes. Hope you're all doing well today. So here we are, brand new episode for October. We've got some great questions, let's get stuck straight in. And the first questions are from Nat Kennedy Bree, so thank you very much, Nat. And the first question is, what is it about digital that you dislike? Is it that you just dislike not owning a tangible thing, or is there more to it? For me, with digital, it is the tangible issue, obviously not having a physical copy. And not only that, it's just that I feel that digital is very disposable. There's nothing there, it's just code. And I don't know, I've never been able to get away from that. I'm still in the old school mentality of when I buy a game, it comes on a disc or a cart or whatever kind of media it comes on. And I play it that way, and I've always got it there. I can take it down from the shelf and play it whenever I want to. There's never a fear of that game getting corrupted or disappearing or anything like that. Because, you know, I mean, people will say it won't happen, but in the future when the servers are down, and if the console dies, and because they don't let you, as far as I'm aware, they still don't let you transfer your games from your console to a backup device like an external hard drive. Maybe that's changed, I don't know, because as I said, I don't buy digital. But until they do that, it's a real pain in the arse, because if your console dies in the future and there's no way to download that game again, you know, people are just relying on the fact that people will preserve them by passing them around different servers, and they'll do like emulation services that I do now, where they just, you know, they store the data somewhere, someone cracks it, pirates it, and bumps it out there so we've got it for the future, which is possible, I'm sure it is. But ultimately for me, it's just about the tangible thing. I like to have a physical copy of a game, and not to know it's just there on the shelf whenever I want to use it, and that's the only reason. And it just never really has ever entered my head to even look at digital games, let alone download them. It's just a disconnect there, it just doesn't work. Having said that, speaking to Alex Bluetonic78 recently, he's starting to make me come around a little bit to giving the digital games a try. But to me, it's always like demos, really, if I'm going to do that. It's not really like owning, you don't own the game, as far as I'm concerned, so it's just playing it, and it's great, I enjoy it, but I want to own it. So hopefully that's where the retro VGS will come into play when it comes back to life. So second question, do you like pot noodles or related snacks? Yes mate, I do. I actually love pot noodles. Don't eat them anymore. I've had to cut them out of my diet because I was eating too many, and you know, my weight's been going up and down for the last couple of years, and I need to try and do something about it and get it under control. And pot noodles were not a good thing to be eating. I did get really addicted to the Jamaican jerk one, which is just amazing, and the Bombay Bad Boys, which is just incredible. But yeah, I do love those kind of rubbish foods that I shouldn't be eating. What are your thoughts on Hulk Hogan after the racism scandal? I don't know much about this, so I can't say too much about the actual scandal. All I read at the time, and apparently a few years back now, Hulk Hogan, there was a video made where he was having a sexual relationship with his best friend's wife while his mate was watching and filming it. And in that video, he was talking about his daughter dating a guy, and apparently he used racist epithets quite several times. I don't know much other than that really, but all I would say really, for me personally, is you've got to look at, you've got two people. You've got Terry, the man, and then you've got Hulk Hogan, the character. Now Terry, the man, hopefully has learnt from that mistake and has, you know, changed his life and turned himself around, because according to Dennis Rodman, he's not a racist person anyway. So, you know, whether that's true or not, I don't know. We don't know the person, you know, we don't know Terry. All we know is what the media tell us. So for all we know, that could have been an incident that happened for whatever reason. I can never condone using that word because I detest it with passion. But, you know, people need to realise that people can change, and they, you know, instead of condemning people, just having a go at them constantly, you need to try and educate them and say, look, this is why you shouldn't be doing that, this is why it's wrong. So hopefully he has learned and moved on. If he hasn't, he needs to. As for Hulk Hogan, I still love Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is a character, and for me growing up, I was a Hulkamaniac. I loved the wrestling as a kid, and Hulk Hogan was the reason to watch wrestling. I love the Hulkster, so yeah, that's never going to die. And I heard that Apple installed suicide nets in their workhouses in China and other Asian countries because it was cheaper than improving work conditions. What are your thoughts? I don't know, because I haven't looked into this, so I don't know if that's true. I have heard that in the past, not necessarily about Apple, but I have heard about the suicide net situation. It doesn't surprise me, if I'm absolutely honest with you, because, you know, businesses just seem to be all about the dollar, all about the pound. It isn't, or the yen. They ain't asked about workers' conditions, unfortunately, and it's a real shame. If that is the case, and I'm sure it's not as black and white as that, but if that was the case, then they really need to look at that, because that is completely unacceptable. They need to look at the working conditions of the people that are doing the jobs and building their machines and making their iPads and iPhones. because it's quite disgraceful. But as I say, without knowing more about it, I can't really comment on that. So thank you very much, Nat. Next question is from 16-Bit Jay. Cheers, Jay. And Jay has asked, what is your favourite aspect of gaming in general and why? It depends. I mean, the old school games, it's the challenge, because it's always fun to just keep coming back and keep trying and try and get a little bit further every time you play it. Modern games, it's all about the story and the immersion. So yeah, I mean, I think in total, really, all gaming is all about immersion and escapism. I think escapism is probably the reason I like to play games, because you can just, switch your mind off, escape from reality and all of the crap you have to go through as an adult and deal with, and just, be in that world and enjoy the environment and enjoy the characters and just have a bit of fun for a couple of hours. So yeah, escapism, definitely. Right, and the last set of questions this month even, are from Murray. Muzz, thank you very much, Murray. Unfortunately, it's going to be a short episode this month because we haven't got a lot of questions, but there you go. So first question is, are you still using your Amiga? And did you get an external drive for it? Yes, I am, and as you know, I put up that gameplay Jim Power, so yes, I am using the Amiga avidly at the moment. I am absolutely loving it. It's sitting down there on the floor because I've got nowhere to put it, but yes, absolutely love my Amiga, it's fantastic. And when I got the Amiga a while ago, the floppy drive died a couple of weeks after I got it. And so when I wanted to find out what to do, I got another floppy drive off eBay, same thing, it worked for a bit and then died. So I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. And then I was watching at the time Dan Wood's channel, who's absolutely brilliant, one of the best Amiga channels on YouTube, without doubt. And he was talking about the Gotek floppy emulator, which is an amazing bit of kit. So I picked one of those up, and it's fantastic. And if you don't know what that is, the Gotek floppy emulator is exactly what it says. It emulates the floppy drive on your Amiga. So you just connect it up to the normal connections inside of the Amiga using the usual power cable and the drive cable. And then what you do, you put a USB stick in the front of it. It's got two buttons for up and down, which are basically to swap discs if you've got a multiple disc game. And you just dump all of your games in ADF format, which you can get online, onto the USB drive, stick the USB drive in the Gotek, and then the computer thinks it's reading floppy disks. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's really good, and I've been playing loads of games, so yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. And the Amiga is the only system I'm playing at the moment. I haven't touched anything else. It's that good. What do you make of the new Labour leader, Jeremy Corbin? Too idealistic. Hasn't got a hope in hell of getting elected. But for me personally, I'm that kind of person, away from politics and that, on a personal level, I'm that kind of idealistic person that I don't want trident. I don't want nuclear weapons in the world. I want everyone to get along. I want everyone to live on a fairer, balanced playing field economically. I want all of the things that would be the best way to run the world, for everyone to come together and unite. Unfortunately, the world we live in is not that world, and it isn't going to be that world for a long time. And obviously you could say that Jeremy Corbin is a stepping stone to that, but I don't see it happening. I really don't. At the moment, the world is so messed up with so many bad things happening. We've got so much hatred in the world. People hate each other for the most ridiculous and pointless reasons. So I just don't think humanity has got a chance in hell of ever getting to that stage, like in Star Trek, where everyone just gets along and, skin colour, religion, all of the things that we fight each other over, none of those are relevant anymore, and we just get along and we work for the greater good and we look after the planet. That would be the ideal outcome. That's what I want, but it's never going to happen. So I personally think Jeremy Corbin, great idea, but by 2020 you probably won't be the leader of the Labour Party, because there's no way that I believe anyway the Labour Party are going to be electable in 2020 with him as the leader. But I will say, he really makes politics interesting, and that's the most important thing that's come out of all of this, is that the British politics system actually has got a shake up now. We're going to have some fun, and it's going to be a lot more interesting to watch than it has been for a long time. Will you still be picking up the Nathan Drake collection? I don't know. I'm still on the fence a little bit about that. I wanted to get it initially because I'm a massive Uncharted fan, and it was just an impulse buy, but I've got to have it. And then as time's gone on, I've seen gameplay, and it was gameplay of number 2. And when I first saw that on YouTube, I thought, well, it doesn't look any different to the PS3 version. And then I watched the side-by-side video where they broke it down and said like the backgrounds are more detailed. And to be fair, if they hadn't have pointed that out, I would never have known, because it didn't look any different. Recently though, Kind of Funny Games have been doing gameplays, and they've done Drake's Fortune and they've done Among Thieves. They're going to do Drake's Deception today, I think. Now, I've watched those, and their capture devices must be a decent one, because it looks really good. Drake's Fortune was the one I was most interested in seeing because it came out in 2007, a lot less detailed than the 2 and 3, and so it was the one that was really going to shine with the updated graphics, and I think it looks really, really nice. I've only seen the first half an hour of the game so far, both on Kind of Funny Games and Blunty as well, and yeah, you can see the foliage, the lighting, the colours, the sharpness of the cutscenes, everything looks a lot better. And I watched number 2 with Kind of Funny Games last night, and it does look a lot better. It doesn't look amazingly different, but it looks like, you know, like an up-res shiny version of the PS3 game. So maybe, but I'm not going to pay the full price at launch of that thing because it's just too expensive. When I've got all 3 games sitting on the shelf, what is the point? I'm better off waiting for a price drop to get down to £20–25 in a few months. Then I'll pick it up because then it's worth it. But yeah, I probably will eventually get it. What was the last movie that you watched? The last movie I watched was Fantastic Four. Yeah, I watched 2 films in one day, Southpaw with Jake Gyllenhaal and Fantastic Four. Now Fantastic Four's got a lot of shit thrown at it. Now I'm not a person who reads comic books, I know nothing about comic books, about Fantastic Four. I'm just a movie watcher, so I just go with what I'm given. I didn't think it was that bad. I really didn't. I thought it was okay. It's not a good film, it's not a great film by any means, but it's alright, it's watchable. It's a fun little action film, comic book action film. It did feel like a little bit rushed at the end, but yeah, it wasn't that bad. It's nowhere near on the level of all the other films like Captain America, Iron Man and the Avengers, but it's still a pretty serviceable film. They could have done a lot more with it, and I know obviously all the things that have gone on with Fox dabbling with the film have ruined it, but yeah, I didn't think it was that bad. As for Southpaw, absolutely love that movie. Fantastic boxing movie. A modern day Rocky done brilliantly. I mean, the way they shot the boxing scenes was just fantastic. My favourite director has made that as well, Antoine Fuqua. So I will be getting it on Blu-ray because I've got all of his films bar King Arthur because I didn't like that film. I thought it was terrible because of Ray Winston and just the poor scripts as well and bad dialogue. But yeah, other than that, all of Antoine's movies have been absolutely amazing. I own them all on Blu-ray. So I've got to get Southpaw. I was really impressed, it really drew me in. I thought Jake Gyllenhaal was fantastic. 50 Cent was really good for what he did. Although I was expecting, spoiler alert, I was expecting 50 Cent to be the villain. And he kind of was, but wasn't. I was expecting it to turn out that he was the one that was behind the shooting of Jake Gyllenhaal's character's wife in order to spur him on to carry on with the fights that his wife didn't want him to do. Turned out that wasn't the case, so I was quite surprised. It was nice to see actually they didn't just go for the obvious. But yeah, I mean, the way Antoine shoots his films, the shots he chooses are just, it's just absolutely beautiful. Really, really fantastic movie. And the last question this time round is, has this year gone too quickly? It feels like it has. I think that's age, mate. I've noticed as I've gotten older, time just seems to fly by. It's like hours turn into days, turn into weeks, turn into months. Next thing you know, it's a year, it's 2 years, and it's like, where has that time flown by and where's it gone? Whereas as a kid, it just seemed to be eternal. So yeah, it has gone pretty fast. I can't believe we're in October now. It's October the 1st today. It's going to be Christmas again soon. Jesus Christ. It don't seem that long ago since the last Christmas, so yeah. But you know, that's just age. So thanks, Molly. So thank you very much, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you to everyone who asked me a question. If you guys want to ask me a question, all you need to do is just send it to me at snestastic@outlook.com. And the next episode will be up on the first Friday of November. I'm losing track. So yeah, these go up first Friday of every month. So look out for that. First Friday of November, there'll be a new episode of Ask Snes. And so if you've got a question, just send it over to snestastic@outlook.com. Thanks for watching as always, guys. Leave some comments down below, let me know what you think of the video. Please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next month.